So, ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like to give you some argument from the academic side and also the psychology side or the social side for the parents that actually need to live and raise their children in the ethnic enclaves. For the motion today, they actually live house as the first generation of immigrant parent of a color in a predominantly white country would choose to live and raise children in the ethnic enclaves. First, from the academic side itself, because this is the first generation of immigrants. Actually, have they don't have any experience to live in the new country because they just newcomers. And because of that, from the academic side, I like to giving you some argument first because they just they just came and with a minimum budget, or I like to say they actually don't have enough money to actually to afford expensive house for their children or to living there or to live there and also to raise their children. Because of that, they don't because they don't have enough money, they couldn't afford the good or expensive house. And because of that, if they came and also live in the ethnic enclaves, they can get a better house with a cheaper price. Why is it so? Because in the ethnic enclaves, because they have the same feeling and also the same culture, they can provide other people or the newcomer with the cheapest price and also with the higher quality of the house itself. So it's worth for them to live there and also to raise their children in the ethnic enclave itself. And if we compare, if they just because they just came to the new country, they don't know what they need to do, and also they don't know where to find a job and also find a house, the new house for to raise their children and also to live there. They couldn't find it, and it spends more time and also it spends more money for them. It spends more time and also because out of the ethnic enclave itself, the house will be getting a higher price, not the cheapest price like in the ethnic enclave itself. Because like I said before, if they live in the ethnic enclave, they can afford or they can afford a better house with a cheaper price. So it's worth for them, and also it's easier for them to getting new house. And the second one about the job itself. If they came to a new country, they don't know where they need to seeking for job or searching for job. They don't know where they need to find it. And also it's hard for them because the racism itself. They couldn't get a better job because the racism itself. They getting a limitation because they're the newcomers and also because of the racism itself. And if they came to the if they came to the ethnic enclaves, they can get a better job. Even with the low skill, they can get a better job and better salary for them because of the same tradition. Also, the people there that live there have the same tradition and have the same culture, and that is why it's worth for the parent to live in the to live and raise children in the ethnic enclave itself. That's from the academic side, and also from the study. They actually study based on the refuse policies. They actually indicate that living in the enclave associate with the higher earnings. Why is it so? Because they have the same feeling, the same culture. They can pay the newcomers with a better salary rather than the newcomers came to the other places out of the ethnic enclave itself that can make them need more time to find a job and also getting cheapest salary than in the ethnic enclaves. And also from the have a job, even though that they have a low skill, they can still get a job in the ethnic enclaves because we know that actually not all of the immigrants came with a good skill. They came with if they came with a low skill, actually it can make them have a better salary even though they have the low skill. And second one about the social side, because they came in a new place, they don't have any experience there. So living in the ethnic English can give them any experience. They can get the same culture. They can get the same culture in the same time. The people there will introduce them to the new culture of the new country that they live. And also because of that, it can easier for them. And the second one about the communication, because they have the same language with the people that live there. They can easier to communicate with others. They can communicate with others and also getting the solution. If we compare, if they live out of the ethnic English, it's really hard for them to communicate with others, even though that they want to socialize with others, to communicate with others, but anyone else don't understand what they mean, and also because of that, racism can be happen. And that's why I say from the psychology or from the social side, actually the communication is really important. And also from the psychology thing, it can make them getting a higher mentality because first they have the same culture, the same feeling when they came first, and also because of the people that live there can lead them to introduce them to the new thing or the new culture that happened in that country, and also their children can getting can easier to getting a friend because they have the same languages. They couldn't get depressed because if they live out of the ethnic enclaves, their children will be hard to communicate with other, and also it's really hard for them to make a friend and make them depressed because it's the new place for them. For them, their mentality is it's really hard to accept that actually they live in a new place, and also they need to communicate with communicate. It's really hard for them to communicate with other. Yet even and also it's, and that's why I said actually it's better and also it's worth for them to live in the ethnic enclaves because of the communication. They can getting a higher motivation. Other children, we will giving them some motivation. Then maybe for the first time that they came, they get depressed or something. They get depressed because of the culture shock, and and also after they getting there, they can make a friend and also getting new information and also getting a new motivation and what they need to do and what they don't need to do there in the society. So actually, it's make them easily to communicate and also to getting a good mentality. And then the third one is about it can minimize the racism because they are the same, they have the same feeling with other people. They do, and other people not will not bully them. So they can lead them and make them become a better. Make them a better society, and so they can live there and getting a job, and also they can raise their children properly in the if they live in the ethnical enclaves. And that's all from me.